Good evening, lovely spirits. It's the wise servant here, Mr. Solace. Now, if you like, you can call me Jesus Christ, sex symbol Solace, pretty Hefe. You can call me anything you want, just don't call me late for chow, baby. Now, let's get into this video. Now, y'all see all that ego and all that swag and razzle dazzle? Well, I did that for a reason. It has to do with the video that I want to do today. And the title of the video that I want to do today is Slave Psychology. And then I want to do a small piece on hypnosis. Now, in today's times, I see a lot of brothers pulling for knowledge, whether teachers or followers. They're pulling for knowledge. And I notice how a lot of the psychology that was instilled in our ancestors, it shows in today's times. A lot of the slave psychology that was instilled into the ancestors, I see it manifested in us. And it's a deep thing I want y'all to grasp. Now, in slave times, let's say 1700s, if a slave was really smart or really handsome or whatever a slave was great at, it was in his best interest to keep that to himself. So he didn't want to be too cocky. He didn't want to have too much of an ego. Now, he didn't want to have this not because it was bad, but it wasn't safe. Slave master didn't want anyone having an ego or to be appealing as great, except for the slave master. So if a slave started to get cocky, the slave master might beat him to death. This is how deep it was. Now, I say that to say this, because in slave times, a mother or an elder, if they seen a child, a black child, or a young black adult, too cocky and full of themselves, they would tell that young child, don't be like that. Suppress your ego. You got too much ego, boy. And they was telling them that because they knew that would lead to them being beaten or worse. Now, if you fast forward to today's times, you only hear the black race speaking of each other's egos. So if a black person is great and they're cocky, you'll notice other black people try and suppress their greatness or their ego or their cockiness. They'll try to suppress it and tell them, you got too much of an ego. Now, the thing is, in today's times, when it's done, it's not done in the love and concern that it was done from in the past. In the past, they did it because they were trying to save you. In today's times, when we do it, it's just beat into the psychology. So we deem ego as a negative thing. But we truly don't know why. See, if you ask a person, why is it bad not to have ego? You won't get a real true answer that makes any sense. I've yet to hear one. And it's a deep thing I want y'all to grasp. That's that slave psychology from the past manifesting itself in today still. And it's a deep thing y'all have to grasp. Because we do this to one another, and when we do this, we suppress each other's greatness. Because confidence is everything. So, a person may be great at something, but their confidence is not at peak level. And they may not succeed as much as they would if they was confident. See, Jordan was great at basketball, not because he was so good, but because he knew he was good. He was confident. He'd stick his tongue out on him and let you know this is what I do. So confidence plays a big deal in success. But when dealing with blacks, we deem that as negative. So if you look at the Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather fight that's coming up, they had a press conference. Now, Conor McGregor is very confident and cocky. He told Mayweather, he said, I know it's summertime, but y'all just gonna have to turn the air conditioner up because Champ's wearing a polar bear today, baby. And he had on a white polar bear. I said, oh, this white boy got that swag. He called himself Champ. Floyd is just the champ. So he got that swag. He disrespectful with his shit. But it's a deep thing because everyone's enjoying this. Like, this white boy's cool. Now, if you go 10 years earlier, Floyd was swagged out the same way. He used to be cocky, but everyone used to come down on him, even his own. And it's a deep thing you have to grasp. We have to stop doing that. We have to let those who have an ego, let them be. Now, I'm not talking about those who have an ego and have no reason to, because you have people that say they're great for absolutely no reason. So I'm not talking about them. You have to grasp. People are going to build themselves up however they have to. But this is okay. Build up a way. Now, if a person is great and they've done a lot of great things or whatever the case may be, like I say, I'm the smartest person on the planet. And it seems to be that way if you paying close attention. Now, when I say that, you just got to let that be because that's just me coming into my greatness. Now, we don't need to get carried away with it and get to the point where we begin to look down on others. So you don't want to build your confidence up to the point where you start to break someone else's down. You just want to build your confidence up so you feel good about yourself. So you feel good giving another person a compliment and saying, man, you looking good today, brother. See, when you looking good, you can say that. But when you looking like shit, you like, man, them new Jordans is whack. So this is my point. Y'all got to grasp. We got to start. We got to get it together. We got to start paying close attention to the psychological things. Like money. Black people see value in money. So we get money, and as you can see, money is really not doing anything for us. And it's a deep thing. Now, white people, they see value in people. So they go out there and they get people and they get paid off of other people's genius and sweat and blood. Because they understand, man, the value is in the people. That's the most important resource. People and animals. So they do that and they do what they do. And this is my point. See, a white person will trade their money in for people. A black person will sell themselves for money. So a perfect example is the record business, the record industry, the music industry. Black person to sign his life over for some paper. White man happy to give it to him. He like it don't matter. The black man is the resource. I would make a whole bunch of more money off him, so it don't matter what I give him. He can, whatever he want, give it to him. It's just paper. He don't know what to do with it. See, you got to grasp. If you get all the black rappers that we have, now they all have multiple cars. And I want y'all to understand, each car that they have is a business they could have bought or invested in. And black people don't think this way, especially the rappers. You figure Birdman got 50 cars, but he don't got 50 businesses. So grasp how deep that is. Each car Birdman has, I don't even want to use Birdman because Birdman be buying $1 million cars. I don't even think Birdman got a car that's less than $250,000. So let's just talk about a regular rapper. Let's say your regular rapper got him about 4 $100,000 cars. Could have bought 4 businesses. And them businesses would have made him money. The car costing him money. Black people buy jewelry. Now I ain't gonna knock jewelry because you can always, well, it's a bad investment. However you want to look at it, because when you pawn the jewelry, you're only getting back pretty much half, because the jewelry that we wear, this is gold mixed with alloy, so it's not 100% gold. People not walking around with 24 karat gold on their neck. They're not walking around with 23 karat, 22 karat. People walking around with 18 and less. So you have to grasp. It's watered down gold. Really ain't as good as gold. This is why when you pawn it, you don't get everything you paid for it. So it's a deep thing you got to grasp. We don't do right by the money. This is why we don't end up nowhere. You figure every black entertainer or successful person, every year they could all put $50,000 in a pot for land. Grasp how deep that is. Every successful black person that we have, every year at the end of the year, like taxes, they buy land with $50,000. So they buy $50,000 worth of land. Each one of them, man, in 2 years will own all the fucking land in the world. But we don't think like that. Black people don't understand. Whoever owns the land, they own everything. You can have all the businesses you want. You can own all the houses you want. You can be like Donald Trump. But if you don't own the land that these businesses and buildings are on, really don't mean nothing. If I own the land and you built all these businesses here, then I could tax you and do whatever I want. And this is why rich people complain and they say, man, they take damn near 50% out of my taxes. Well, that's why. Because you don't own the land. So you can do whatever you want. But he who owns the land calls the shots. And we might want to get a gist of that at some point. Even if you feel like, oh, we can't own the land. They already got it all. Whatever. Buy you some land. You can do whatever you want on your land. Nobody can tell you can't walk butt naked around on your land. Even if you feel like we really ain't going to own it, we got to pay taxes. And if you want to be a fool and talk about small pennies in comparison to what you paying for rent for nothing, because you ain't going to own that. But if you want to discuss the small pennies, whatever, you can still do what you want on your land. You can shoot someone if they trespass on your land. You can't shoot someone in your own apartment. You'll go to jail. I don't care if they broke it. You're still going to jail. They're going to have to sort that out. But on your land, whole different subject. He was on my land. I don't know who he was. So I shotgunned him down, and that'll be the end of that story. Well, you black, so it won't be, but y'all get the drift of what I'm saying. I like to keep it 1,000. But we got to get a little more wiser. We got to have demands. Black people are the only people I know that don't have no demands. We support everybody. And we ain't got no demands in return. I think it was Dr. Umar Johnson or one of those Hidden Color actors that was on that Hidden Colors movie thing. And they said, man, black people, the most loving people, man. We embrace everybody. We let them open up stores in our neighborhoods, and we embrace them, and we support them, and we don't support ourselves or something like that. And I want to say something, because that's a little bit wrong. Black people don't support and embrace nobody. The thing is, black people don't own shit. So when they open up stores in the neighborhood and we go to the store and buy shit, we ain't supporting them. We going there because we ain't got no choice. Ain't nobody else black got no store. And if they did, we wouldn't go because we hate like that. So we go to the store. We cost them hell. So you got to grasp. Let's not pretty it up and act like, oh, black people so loving and humble. They embrace everything. No, man, nigga, we don't got shit. So we got to kiss ass and we got to embracing. But we all know in the back of our mind, black people don't even give a fuck about black people. So don't ever get it twisted and be like, oh, we love everybody. We don't love ourselves. So we need to work on that first before we start lying to other races, telling them we love them. Because ain't nobody stupid. Ain't nobody stupider than black people in today's times. So, and y'all can say whatever y'all want. We got all the scholars and all the geniuses, and black people did this and black people did that, but black people ain't getting nothing out of it. So, think on that. Yeah, we invented everything and we built everything, and we the smartest, and we need to be more What's that word? Celebratory. More celebratory of our greatness. No, we don't. We need to get real. If we did all that shit and we in the predicament we in now, then something ain't wrong. Something wrong. Because I don't care what you did. If you ain't got nothing to show for it, then you ain't that smart as you think. You missing something. And this is my point. We geniuses and we smart and we creative. But we missing something. Because millennia after millennia, we keep not getting anything for it. See, a nigga will be a great rapper and then a white man